You want the blue pill. Get ready for user interface madness. Nick Hunter is going to explode the user interface and user experience of the FileMaker platform. Do a deep dive on user interface and customer management. Tabs, slide controls, accordion objects, master detail. Your tour guide, Nick Hunter, will guide you through everything you need to know to be an awesome FileMaker user interface developer. So buckle up, hang on tight, because things are about to get crazy. Hey everyone, welcome to another awesome day. I'm Richard Carlton. It's Wednesday. Welcome to Awesome Day. We do great FileMaker training. Today is day 3 of an awesome 10-day extravaganza. Right? And so if you want to know what's coming up on the broadcast, it's all Nick all the time, baby. Nick, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready? Are you sure? Well, what if we have to tell people if they want to support the channel? How do they support the channel, Nick? How do they support it?
They have to purchase our courses.
Keep going. I'm listening. Tell us about the courses, Nick.
Okay, so the courses is awesome as usual. It's all what we talk here in more details, and you can watch them at home during your lockdown.
In your lockdown, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that's a good. The course is very great because we go more in details and we take time, and especially for beginners. Sometimes here you hear things that they say it's like woohoo like this, right? And but the course is more in details, and we start from beginning, step by step, baby step by baby step, right?
Baby steps. That's right. Yeah. So if Bunny shows up, Bunny's been around a little bit. Then what happens is that the bunny is dead, right? So everyone shows up. Bunny shows up. People throw carrots at the bunny, which is great. I love that. And then the bunny goes, "What's a field?" And then right about the time the bunny is like, phew, inverted. That's toast. All right. So today is a lot, right? So we got Nick coming, or telling he's here. I'm just kind of trying to hide him so we don't actually see him, because we see him here. Then I gotta we'll just see his eyes right there. He's waiting to launch. I'm holding him back. So do we have any opening questions? So we have the sample. There are a sample file. Nick is building it in flight. So I have to explain this to everyone. For those of you who are here, if someone asks a question later, do me the favor and just let them know. But Nick is literally building the sample file as we're doing it. Typically the night before, the 2 nights before, he's actually playing with it like 2 or 3 in the morning. He's a night owl. And I keep hearing all these like, literally, I hear this. This is the most amazing beep, beep. What should I say? Okay, so when I say it, you beep for me. This is the most amazing
beep
layout and code I've ever done before. Beep. Right. So that's Nick. That's Nick over the top, right? So Nick is telling me it's like great stuff, and I've looked at it. It's like pretty amazing, right? So you will get the sample file. Hopefully, we'll do a cut on Friday. I'm hoping, and then into next week is the end of the training, and we will let him have it. Prepare to launch, Nick. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. So yeah, it's true. So what I'm doing right now here is trying to reinvent myself a little bit, because I had a design so far that I was using and reusing again. So and that came like 4-5-6 years ago, when we did the new FM starting point, right? So, and since I had kind of a declination of the same design, and I did some improvement and stuff like that, and then we decided to do this course. And so what happened? So every day, I'm doing some experimentation, research. And yesterday I was reading some article about the future of design, and and I was reading things about the design guideline from Apple and stuff like that. So, and you don't want to read that. It's very complicated to read. I mean, you need to be single to read that, because otherwise you don't have the time. So, So I read this, and then I started doing some experimentation, and yesterday the question was, somebody asked the question, is that working for WebDirect as well, right? So is it working on iPad, on iPhone, and stuff like that? So I did some experimentation, and I came out what we did yesterday. So let me share my screen right quick here. Uh, more stuff, less talk. Let me remove this here. Okay. So so yesterday I came with this, right? So this is the design that we built together yesterday. And then as I was doing some experimentation on the web, and this is what I came from the web, okay? So this is what I have done. So this is on the web. We are on WebDirect, okay? So as you can see here, I kind of enhance a little bit what I've done so far, okay? And I think this is awesome. Okay, so at the same time, I had a phone call with a friend of mine, and we worked together at Apple for some time, and then he left for another big giant company that I cannot mention. And so we were talking yesterday, and I shared with him kind of a screenshot. He said, okay, this is wow. Okay, so coming from him, it was kind of a compliment, and I took it that way. And he said, yeah, this is a compliment. Okay, so I'm very happy with this. So you can see here, you have a nice treatment here, nice visual treatment. So it's pretty much an evolution of what I've done here. So what we are going to do now, we are going to use this as the basis, as a basic, as a foundation, okay? So I came with an evolution from what I've done yesterday. But when you will have the file, you will have both options about this list here on the side, okay? So, so let me close this. Okay, so now this episode of today's episode, okay, is sponsored by Excedrin, okay? So, and why is it sponsored by Excedrin? Because unfortunately, I will have to show you something that is going to give you a migraine, and you will need the extra strength of that Excedrin stuff, okay? So today we are going to talk about all the visual and all the, what's the name, the design mistakes that we are doing, we are doing all the time when we are not a designer, when we don't have any sense of design. This is pretty much what we get. Okay, so and don't laugh. I don't know, Rick, can you confirm that we can see, we are seeing that all the time?
Yeah, unfortunately, Margaret's here. Margaret's seen it too. Yeah, so yeah.
So and pretty much the biggest mistake here is that, okay, first of all, we want to highlight everything. So at one point when you have something you want to highlight, so you press, you press more, okay? You do a pressure, you do a visual pressure. And then you want something else to stand out on top of what is standing out also. And then you are doing another pressure. You pressure more because you already pressed for something, but you want something else to be even more prominent, etc., etc., etc. So here, kind of, let's walk through a little bit the mistake we do. First of all, okay, the redundancy, where's my, okay. The redundancy in the names. Okay, you are in accounts. This is the account phone, the account address, the account city, the account state, the account postal code, the account. Okay, you know what? Okay, we got it. We are in account. You don't need to repeat again, account. We got it. We are in account. Okay. Second big mistake we do is those kind of text here on middle of the screen saying, okay, oh, click delete to make sure the record is gone, and so you put an explanation that we don't need. And then on the other side, you have a trash icon with a piece of text that belongs to this little small icon here that says completely the opposite of what the icon is doing. So yes, I know I'm exaggerating here, but I have to exaggerate, And then you have all this coloring, blue and red and yellow and green and, all the color of the book there, all the Pantone kind of palettes is there. Okay. Not mentioning those buttons with a never-ending explanation of what the bottom is doing, like, and then you have plenty of same icons like this with insane hover states, and sent by email, sent by pigeon, sent by smoke sign, sent by time. Okay, you have all the send on the book. Then you have another problem here. You say, okay, you have those. Oh, be careful! Do not type anything here, or you'll destroy the world. So why you let me type it? If it's, why you let me type? And if I type something, I will be responsible for the annihilation of humanity, right? So it doesn't make any sense, right? And then you have other big problem here. You have these kind of things, those tooltip that it's like, okay, you need to read for 2 hours the tooltip before you know what the button is doing, okay? And then after that, you have these kind of things. You have a tooltip that nobody see, and then you say, oh, did you click here? Oh yeah, too bad. You send an email to your secret girlfriend, to your wife, right? Pretty much this, oh, by the way, you shouldn't have clicked here. Now I'm telling you, right? So and plenty of mistakes like this, which is not. They're all mistakes that I encountered. Like for example, a script like this. Oh, send email procedure. So you need to know all the thing, and then you click OK, and then you have another one, and then you click OK, and you have another one. Oh, okay, 200 step left. You're almost there. Don't give up. And then you go click here. Okay, go flush the toilet first, and then okay. So yes, I'm exaggerating, but this is unfortunately the reality. Okay, and so we have a name for that, and in the design world, we know that that is existing. That's why we have a name for that, and we call that the Christmas tree. Okay, so all of this to tell you that you cannot do this. You cannot do this. This is no. You cannot do this. So say, okay, so now, okay, you can, again, another commercial for Exidrin because you need that. Okay. But now let's see what we can do and what we cannot do. Okay. First of all, that, I needed to build this in order to tell you about what I'm going to tell you now. You have the two types of colors, of coloring. You have two types. Okay, you have the expression and the function. Let me explain. What the expression color? Okay, this is the expression. It's blue and that gray. And this is black, and this is an expression. Here, this what's the name? Bar here. It's also an expression. Okay, so this blue color here, it's an expression. So what an expression? It's something, I want something to stand out. I want something to, to attract the people. I want to make sure that people have a distinction between two objects. Okay, we call that an expression. Like in the original layout where we have more objects here. Wow, I want always to go to the touch. In the original layout here, okay. Expression, the blue color on the back, that was an expression as well. Expression, the zero here, I want the zero or the number here to be highlighted, between the, with regard of the label here. I want that to stand out. It's an expression. All the blue is an expression. The white here is also an expression, which is it's the contrast of the blue, right? So I have the right to do this, but what I don't have the right to do, duplicate to be blue, print to be red, label to be blue, green, report to be purple. I can't do that. It's when you have an expression, you can use that color expression, like obviously we use the blue, this dark blue here as an expression, and then we use again and again the same blue for buttons and for highlights things. Like here, I want that to highlights, the company name, the type, the category of account. So one color expression, period. You can have variants like this, like here I'm using whites because I need a of obviously I couldn't use the blue on blue because otherwise I wouldn't see it. So I use the white, like here I use the white, and I can have kind of a standard. Here I use white because the background was black, right? And then I use gray, 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 gray. Okay. Here I use exactly the same. It's white background, black, and gray, 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 gray. See, it's the same pattern, but I just reversed the black and the whites because the background changed. But I still have the blue, still the same. This blue is the same. I still have the blue, the blue, the blue. So the expression is the same. Okay. So that is what we call expression. Also, what we have, we call expression is the zoning areas, the delimitation of areas. Like this area here, I have is white, and I have a gray background. Okay, and same here, I have a gray background, but I want those here to be I want to delineate this zone here. Okay, this area, I want to define this area, but I want a contrast between the one that is active and inactive. So I'm using the whites instead of crushing. I could have used the blue, okay? So, but the blue was too crushing, when instead of using the white background here, I could have used the blue, but the blue was too crushing, and the white is more subtle and is more is lighter, in my opinion. You can use the blue if you want. I could have used the same blue here, but I couldn't have used purple, for example. No, I can't, because you have how many expression you have. Too many expression. It's like 10 people in the room talking at the same time. You cannot have this. Okay, you can't have multiple people talking at the same time, so you cannot have multiple expression in your layout. It will look very, very awkward. Okay, so general rule, you stick with one highlight color. Apple is using that in a certain way. If you take your iPhone, if you take your iPhone and you go on your iPhone, you will see that, for example, let me check. You will see that if you open the photo app, everything is blue. If you look, the expression is blue. If you open the music app, you will see that the expression is red. If you use the podcast app, you will see that expression is purple. So they use different expression for different app, and most of the time, the color of the expression inside the application it's following the color, the prominent color of the icon. Okay, so if you go on your iPhone, you will see the prominent icon, color icon of the podcast is purple. That's why the highlight is purple. The expression is purple, and photo, it's kind of blue also. That's another blue. You have the same blue also on the Mail app. If you open Mail, you will see that the highlight color is blue. What else they have? If you open Health, it's blue also for health, and so you have different colors like this. Okay, so it's important you stay with one expression. So do we have any question here? Yeah, it's the video. Yeah, John Agati said, I can barely see. Yeah, okay, that's the purpose. Okay, John Haggerty. The purpose here is to be extremely subtle. You need to go away from the high contrast because it is distracting. Here, when you look at the screen, you see what active, and it's important that um, we you start to learn how to slow down, because we as humans have the tendency, oh yeah, blue, purple, green, red, or dark gray and white and black, and so very, very subtle. Yeah, on my screen here, I'm seeing that extremely well. I see it. I can see it, but it's not slapping my face. Okay. So let's go further a little bit here. So now I talk about expression here. Those are expression. Okay. What is a function? Okay. This color here, that's a function. So that's why I can use that, because this is a function. A function means it tells you something. It's like data. Actually, it tells you, it gives you an information. This blue here doesn't give you any information. Now you have you have an information related to the color. Okay, that means red is disregards. Now when you see red, you have the conditioning that tells you that this means disregard. So it changed. So it give you it have a purpose. It have a meaning. Okay. Now, if I change the color under account here, the underline here, and I put that in green, it won't change the meaning of the accounts. It won't change the meaning of what this do. It's just a different expression. Here, if I change the color, that means I change status. Okay. So that's why what's the name? That's why we have expressions and what's the name? Function colors. Okay, so it is very important that you distinguish both, and now you understand also the importance of what I was calling before the level of education, the pop culture education. When you use green, you cannot use green for something like, oh, it's dangerous. Green, you cannot use green for something like the world is going to be destroyed. Because for the pop culture, for 99.99% of the human race, green is good. Green is okay. Green, I go. Green, I can cross the world. I can cross the road when it's green. When it's red, I cannot, or face a big crash.
Okay. Yep. Real quick, Nick, I want to encourage people. You take a breath, get something to drink. Jack, you answered the question about the AA compliant, right? That part of it. So, about making sure that your application is for the people who have some sort of hearing impairment or visual impairment, right? The computer screen reads to them. Yeah. So
yeah. So this is something different. Okay. So because you need to go and you have you have the accessibility inspections and stuff like that. So most of 99% of our solutions are not HIPAA or whatever compliant. They're not,
or not HIPAA, but it was the ADA. It was the it's an important part. Depends on who the customer is, right? If you have a government website or database, or you have an educational website, if it's government funded, it's important. If you have a public, as it gets back to people with public, handicap access for buildings in the United States, they're required to, if you have a public building for public access, then you're supposed to have, a handicap parking spot and access for wheelchairs and things like this. So, yeah.
But, it's funny that because when you go, for example, on a website like the IRS website, you become impaired because you lose your mind, and So.
Okay, well that's not the same level of impairment, but yes.
Yeah, it's the web, because the government stuff is so terrible. Anyway, so yeah, it's good. It's good to tell you. Yeah, it's good to say. It's good to say that. But let's say we don't have that problem, and so that's why I wanted to tell you. Okay, here. Red is okay, green is okay, gray means okay, whatever. But you cannot use green as dangerous, red as good. You know what I mean? You cannot go, against the pop culture, because you're confusing people. You will be the only human being on earth saying that green is bad, you know. So especially nowadays, is green, you cannot touch green. Okay, so so let's continue now, you know. Let's continue. So we talk about I want to talk about now we hear the accordion. Okay, so let's continue moving with this. So we had before we had this accordion here. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. We have two things we need to take care of. Okay, we have this. Let's start with the phone number first. Okay, phone number. This. Okay. Here, the question you need to ask yourself. Okay, when you create a layout. Okay, do I need to learn my phone number by heart, all of them? Okay, why are you storing the phone number for? You know, it's just to have kind of like a phone book, and ask and go to retrieve when you need it. Okay, first of all, the email the same, and the website the same, but you don't pretty much need to see the phone number at all time, all the phone number at all time, all the time. And you don't need to see the email neither. Okay, you don't need to see the email neither. What you want this button here that's pretty much go. You need a field to enter the email once, and then you need a field to enter the website one. But then after that, what you need 99% of the time, it's what's the name? A button that goes to the website, a button that open your email application that you can send an email. For phone, it's different, and I'm going to show you phone and fax. Okay, I know it's there, but pigeon and tam-tam or smoke sign, all those things, you know, telex, I think it's over. But those here, has a different meaning, a different purpose. Okay, it's more about storage than anything else. Okay, it's more about storage. So, and retrieve somebody with a phone number, right? So then we have this stuff here. So the question is to ask yourself, do I need that all the time on my screen? You know, so it's okay. That's the first thing to ask you. Second thing to ask when you have an address is that the question number one is how often the address is going to change for this account. How many times? Every 5 minutes is going to change. Every 10 minutes they change, keep moving. You know, they move some place, then they move the next day in another place, and then they move the next day and some. Is it a moving information? No, it is not. You enter the information once, and you don't need to go there anymore for the entire life of the record. Maybe once they say, oh, by the way, we moved a new building. Okay, so that will happen. Let's say in 20 years, that will happen one or twice. Let's say 3 times for the maximum. Okay, and same for the shipping address. So all of those information are not something that you are going to be there to go there all the time. You need to go there when you create the record, right? And that's it. That's it. You don't need to go there anymore. Okay, so that's why when you design something, you need to always tell you, I want what is moving. I want to have what can move to be extremely easy to change, and what is not moving to be understandable and readable and accessible right away. But I don't need that to be editable all the time. So that's why, for example, in this layout here, in this case, something is changing very, very often is this, you know, the status has the chance to, in this layout, the information that has the chance to change the most is this. That's why it's there. Bam, bam, bam. You know, it's not like a popover with a pop-up menu inside, right? No, it's there. You know, because this is something I want, and I want something to be visually popping. I want something slapping the face, and that is what it's doing. It's slapping the face. It's active, you know, and you have the green here on the side. So you have many things that, okay, so this is something you need to keep in mind. What is the information that is moving and the information that is not moving, okay? That's why, okay, so you know about, by now you should know about accordion, okay? So there's a lot of accordion here. So let's take another example where you have more information. Let's go to contact. And here we have an accordion in contact here. So, you know, so, and this is an accordion here. So you have 1, 2, and 3 address here. So see, 1, 2, and 3, you know, 1, 2, and 3. And you have a fourth that close all of them, okay? So it's a construction that I already laid down multiple times. It's a slide control. So here I have a free side control. I have the one open for the first information, the second for the second information, and the third that close all of them. Open, second open, first open, all close, okay? See, they close. So this is an accordion, okay? We have a lot of accordion. This is accordion, okay? On the side here, FileMaker is using accordion. Those are collapsible accordion. We don't have those collapsible. We don't have this ability in FileMaker, okay? We have the non-collapsible accordion. So we have what FileMaker is using in the chart. In the chart, Apple is using the non-collapsible. See, it's non-collapsible. This one is up. If this one is open, this one go down, okay? If this one, so this one is here. If I open the first one, the two other are down. Pretty much exactly what I'm doing here, you know, the first on top and second, you see? So it's going down, okay? So there's 2 types of accordion, collapsible and non-collapsible. We don't have the collapsible, so let's not talk about that. Yes, I know that Java, blah, 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 I don't care. So we're talking about FileMaker. And Java it's not doing, because, you know, I can put whatever I want here. And in Java, you're not going to do what I'm going to show you. So what can I do here as a visual treatment to avoid to have this problem here, to have too many things on the screen? You know, there's too many things here. There's too many things to process, and I don't need to know this all the time, and I don't need to know that, because I don't know about hurt. I will never read that, you know, never ever. I never read that, okay? So neither I want to know all of this, you know. It's, yeah, I need to know all of this. I need to see this, but not like this, okay? So what do I need? You know, what do I need? Okay, here, what we can do. So let's get rid of this. And here what I need. So you see, before it was, the information was, this was separated from and this was inside an accordion, only the address, but not this, okay? Here, I moved everything in one accordion because I want something like this. Okay, so I want to see the thing, Okay, I'm saying the address. That's all what I need. I need to see it. Oh yeah, this guy is in Arizona. Okay, billing. Oh yeah, billing. Oh, Arizona billing. Okay, or Utah for the shipping, right? I know that. I know that. Okay, and I don't give a damn about the email. Do you know the email of your people? No. What I want a button that goes there and open a thing with the email. I want a button that open this, and that's it. I don't care if the email is fu at go to the bleep.com. I don't care. You know, I, you know, I don't care. And for the website, the same. I want. Yeah, sorry. AR Arizona. Yeah, go Oregon. Dean, good. What did I say? What did I say?
I missed it, Nick.
Yeah, AZ Arizona. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Arkansas, AZ, AR.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and AK is Alaska, which is I always thought was AL, but AL is Alabama. So we could do this for about an hour if we want.
Okay.
So yeah.
So this is what I need. I don't give a damn about the email. I don't give a damn about the website. Go there. Go to the website. Okay, I want to go straight to the website. This is what interests me. I don't care about anything else. Okay. Now you say, okay, what about the phone number? Yeah, phone number. There's many ways you can address it. You can use FaceTime directly from, call directly. You can use Skype to call directly. You can show big numbers, on your screen, right? You can call using your iPhone from your computer. Look, there's plenty of stuff you can do. Or, and most of the time what I like to do here, I click here and I have I'm going to show you tomorrow. I have on the screen, I'm showing a big number like this, and then I can take my phone and say, okay, 209, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then I click outside and go away. Okay. So same for address. I want to open in map, which is pretty much what I want to do with an address, shipping, or do whatever you want to do. Like, whatever, click somewhere and do something. So you have, okay. This is a new lesson here. So now as for the color, the expression color, and the function color, now I'm going to explain you something that is that's very important. In order to create a UI, which is a human interface, you need a human interface to lay down a human experience. So that's what we said. Human, interface for a human experience. You cannot have the UX if you don't have the UI. But in order to have the UI, you need a support. So FileMaker gives you a big support with a window. That's what FileMaker gives you. We couldn't have a UI without a window. And the system is giving you a Windows management. Okay, so the system is giving you a Windows management. FileMaker is giving you a window out of this Windows management. And then inside the window, FileMaker is giving you, you remember what I was showing you the first day? That was FileMaker is giving you this as a car. Now, okay, I want to create a support inside my window. I need a support to lay down my UI upon it, right? I need a support, and this support is a slide control. So all of this here, it's an accordion, and I call that super accordion because as I said to the boss when I start this, I said I'm going to reinvent myself. This is a new creation that I came out of my traditional accordion that I came 4 years ago with. So what that do? It does this. Okay, Nick, I need to edit my communication stuff. No problem. Here, you click here, you click on the white here, and boom, you have all your phone number, very nicely laid down and stuff like that. And then when you don't need them, click and you collapse and open, close. Same for address. Oh yeah, oh by the way, it's not Arizona, it's not Arkansas, it's Arizona. Okay, no problem. Okay, sorry. I do my change, bam, I have my Arizona. And my address is beautiful and I understand what's going on, right? So you see, it's very well done here. And you have the same for the shipping. So, and you see, it's clear. And I want to show you the difference between what I didn't remove anything. I didn't remove anything from what we had before, right? And what we have now. I didn't remove anything. So you understand that the screen here is much more functional than the other one with a little tiny button here, right? So it's a new way to think things. Don't think that you need everything all the time is not true, and that is exactly what when I was showing you the what's the name? Let me find out. Let me find the image. You remember this? Okay, this is okay. I want everything every time available on my layout. I want everything. I want the address, I want the notes, I want the name, I want everything to be available. I don't want any cabinetry. I don't want any cabinet, any drawer. No.
I want it all, Nick. I want it all, baby.
Okay, you want it all, no problem. I mean, look, as I said, no, it's true. As I said, I'm here to explain you the rules, the reason why we need to do that. But you know what? I'm the first to say, you know what I'm saying is, sometimes I have my office, my desk is full of paper and papers, and sometimes I say, oh, I need to fix this and arrange everything, fix that. And then after 2 days, 3 days later, I say, okay, now I cannot find anything.
Right.
Okay, this is human. Okay, the problem here is that if you want to build something like this, you are the only one. You are the only one that can use it. Okay, that knows that for example, you are the only one that in the microwave here, right? You have your screwdriver in the microwave. You are the only one who knows that. Okay. So.
All right. Simon's did ask the question real quick. Nick's list function trick to create address text ?
Yeah, to create this, I'm using the same text address here. So when you go to the billing address here, I did something. So I laid down what I need. I need address 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. So this is what I need. Then I have the first list. I want the first list with address 1, address 2. I want the 2 first. And then I want this because I need to use my substitute to make sure that I have the city, state, when there's a state, and you know what I mean? Because if there's no state, I don't want the comma. And then I combine both. Okay, you can read that later when you will have the file. So this is what I'm using to do this. Okay, if I remove this, I don't have the comma anymore. Yeah, I have but if I remove this, maybe it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, maybe both. Maybe I need to remove both. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, it's broken. So I need to fix it.
All right.
I didn't really.
This was not a fair. Time. It was not a fair question. But Simon is in the UK, right?
Yes.
And they do stuff differently over there. So I don't know what it
is.
Okay.
About. So you change their. Yeah, they don't have state. They have
They have regions, right? They have regions.
Yeah, they have region. And the France the same, and Italy the same, and so you need to. you need to lay down. You need to do like the Canadians are doing. They say state/province. Postal. You know, we all have, because you have a postal code that looks different, but it's still postal code, right? It's
Yep.
AKT, you know, dash a number, that English, right? So yeah, so but address 1, address 2, city, province, country, postal code. This is for, it's just state, that is region, province, or whatever they call it.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey Nick, I have a question because I've been bouncing back and forth between the book here. Is this your super accordion, or is that like a different day?
Yeah, yeah. So instead of having instead of having just the name, the label, you use that to put some information and some action, direct action, instead of using only the name. I have the name, billing, shipping, and then I can have something here. For example, for billing address, you have no clue, you don't know what happened when the shipping address is open. You don't know anything about billing address.
All right.
When here, if this one is open, you still know what.
I'm sitting here looking at Margaret. She's grinning at me, and we're like, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's right. It's just like, their starting point, and then we got to rebuild the interface someday. And I'm like, ugh, damn.
No, I mean, as I said, remember we talked about that.
We did. I'm just saying, it's like, it's like you always see, you do a great job, you pat yourself on the back, and then you're like, oh, by the way, you could make it 1 billion times better if you do this.
Yeah, but and that's the problem. It's I understand.
You're making me uncomfortable. We've had this conversation too, right? You're making me uncomfortable.
Right. Exactly. Because if I do that, let's say you say, Nick, I want FM starting point to look like this. Okay. You have to redo all your videos and stuff like that. But something I want to say, with this design here, and I want to finish something. With this design here, I removed a lot of complexity, and and for the user, it is way better. Visually, you understand everything at a glance. You know what a call, send, visit. Something else that I want to tell you about, it's that when you have the right combination of things, so each object you put together in an assembly, like let's see, we have an assembly here. We have an assembly, okay? Did you see that I didn't put billing address, or I didn't say bill to or ship to? I said billing, shipping. Why? Because a 5-year-old understands this is an address. So you don't need to say, you don't need to go there and say, oh yeah, this is the billing address. It is the address that the guy will receive the bill every no, you don't need that. You don't need to give me that explanation. This is unnecessary. This is overwhelming. You don't need. Give me clues. Opening map. What do you open in map? Is that the recipe of grandma shepherd pie? No, you don't open the recipe of grandma shepherd pie. You open in map an address. So the button here is telling you all. And this also, it's billing. Okay, it's an address. So, it's an address. And when you see here, billing, address 1, address 2, city. Okay, I understand. It's the billing. It's not the billing of mom cookies. Okay, it's the billing address, right? So it's, you don't need to see, it's remove what is not necessary. Like here we have basic info. Okay, you know what? I don't give a damn about that. It's a name. A name is a name, right? So like Freud said, sometimes a cigar is only a cigar. That's Dr. Freud was saying that. So a name is a name. I don't need.
Okay, yeah. Flarky 5, Farkle 5. That sounds like a cartoon character. Just tuned in. Okay, so what type of layout element is the accordion on? This is a slide panel, I believe, right, Nick?
Yes, it's a succession of slides. It's a slide panel here, so I call that accordion 1, accordion 2, accordion 3, and accordion 4. Okay, so you have here you have accordion 1. So the first is the one that comes by default. Okay, I want the first to be the one collapsed, all closed. Okay, because it's the most convenient.
Okay.
And then the second is the second accordion is the one showing the communication. Then the third is the one showing communication collapsed and then expand the billing. And the fourth, communication collapsed, billing collapsed, and we expand the shipping. Right?
Yeah, the sex appeal on this is really high, Farkle 5. I like Farkle 5. That's a really cool call sign.
No, it is cool. Look, it is cool. Look, and because it's an object, you can easily, and I'm going to show that, but you can easily do things like this, like for example, create this and say GTO, and so GTO, and you can do, I want to go to accordion 3. Oh, accordion 3. So if I want to go to the accordion 3, I can script it. So that means if you have a workflow, and I'm going to come there, if you have a workflow that requires you to display one particular accordion because you want to make sure that the guy sees what he needs to see at the moment he needs to see, you can script it. This why it's powerful, is because you can action with by hands, or you can script it, right? So question, can you make it very super accordion by hiding and viewing the panel so we can make it right space larger?
I'm not totally following the question. Amico, can you try adjusting that question a little bit? I mean, yeah, there's okay, let me draw here. So this space right here is kind of arbitrary. It could be this big if you
want. Okay, yeah.
There's no reason it can't be, but Nick operates in columns because the columns are how we do iPhone and iPad design, because an iPad design is a double column design, right, with one side scaling out, and then the iPhone design is a single column design, right? So that's how we do UI for all those things, man. Yeah, man, I've been listening. I have been listening. I could teach that course, baby.
Actually, you know what? You're awesome. You're awesome.
You're sucking up to the boss, Nick. You're sucking up.
You get an A+. Look, this column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. I didn't invent it. I'm not the inventor of that design. It is. And you use Discord? You use Discord, right? Okay. Yep. So
there you go.
Let's use Discord. Let's show Discord. Column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. I didn't invent it, right? So, and something is going to come here. Something is going to come here, right? Because we are going to take care of those things. I'm not going to remove that, right? So tomorrow we are going to, I wanted to show that today, but I'm going to show, because we need to accelerate it a little bit, or we can add more time after that, because otherwise, I will change my plan anyway. But to make sure that everybody.
You're saying that we need 22 days instead?
We can stay the year here. You know me with the design, right? But look, let's be honest. When you see a screen like this, okay, how you feel it? How you feel when you see something like this? Personally, I'm feeling very confident using it.
I think it's sexy as hell. I just don't want to pay to have all my built, right? So.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it for free right now.
Margaret thinks it's funny. So, yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Because you see, so of course, Oregon Dean was basically giving me that professory kind of conversation over. He goes, design waits for no man. You must progress forward or you will die, or whatever he said up here. I'm like, oh, okay. my head just blew up, right? And it's not that he's wrong. It's that every time Nick gets one of his inspirational moments, it drains money out of my piggy bank. And the other part of it, of course, is that I have to learn. And it makes you uncomfortable learning new things, right? It just is. If you're sitting here bobbing your up and down, you've been doing FileMaker for a long time, and you're not uncomfortable by what this means, then yeah, you're broke. Because if you have a lot of personal investment and stuff, and suddenly Nick says, hey, you've got a car without, it's got an AM, FM, if you even know what that is, radio, and a CD player, and you ain't got no Bluetooth, et cetera, we need to like ask that Bluetooth with the blah, 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 right? So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's true. The analogy with this is true, and also because I don't know if you noticed something, but recently, many websites updated their UI. Facebook did. LinkedIn, my Kaiser Permanente is my health insurance did, my bank did. And they did all that at the same time. Why? Is because we are switching from one style to another. And that's why I was doing a lot of reading. What I'm doing here, you know what this is? What I saved you? I saved you weeks of reading. That's what I did. Because I went outside, I collect all the books and stuff like that I bought on Amazon, and I read the books. I read what I don't even care because FileMaker doesn't allow me to do that. And then I digest everything, and I took only what was relevant to the FileMaker world. I compile it. I use that as a guidance to build something, to create something, and then I come to you. So this is all the process that I'm saving you with what I'm doing here. At the end, when this course will be done, I'm going to build a theme with FileMaker in order for you to build that in no time. Oh, I want this area, I want this and this and this, because it's important to have the theme that goes with it. But I need to have objects, and more I'm going to build, more I will have objects. You understand, right?
All right. Well, yeah. So people are saying that this should not be a 10-day course. This should be a 22 days of Nick, which would give a full month. Month.
I said, why not? That's what I'm actually. If I need 15 days, and I'm showing things that change your life, and
well, at some point you're going to need a big fat wad of marijuana to smoke and to relax because you're going to blow, right?
Yeah, so. But I'm talking about design is my thing. I have, in life I have multiple pleasure, but all my what I'm doing right now. When I want to decompress, I'm working on this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so, yeah, working on your piano.
Yeah, I have an antique piano from the 1700 here, and I have an harpsichord, which is from before the 1700. So, and those are things that made of the wood, and they are beautiful, by the way. My harpsichord is beautiful. This is a friend of mine, Tatiana. She painted that for me on the soundboard. It's hand painted. It's beautiful. It's awesome, and so I'm working on this, and this is a very antique and primitive action, and I have to see what problem we have. You have spring popping out. This is misaligned, and you have to do that. And this here you can see this is completely off. This here, this is completely on the side like this, right? And then at the end you need something to have something like this, and also you need something like this. A line like, like the National Guards, like this, right? So I'm doing this, right? So this is what
this
I'm doing.
This is your extra therapy. Okay, good. Well,
yeah, this is my therapy. But the design, also I'm doing design. This is what I love to do. So if I need to stay 2 weeks for the design, 3 weeks for the design, but I want you to tell me, as we go further, I want the people and you to tell me this is a game changer in the life of people? If it's not, we don't need to continue. If it is, I want to pursue further.
So, well, we'll have to take people's temperatures every couple of days. Right now,
exactly.
they seem to want to all be in love with you, which is great. But the reality is that, you know, after a month of you, it might be like, okay, we need a divorce, Nick. So yeah.
Okay.
Several people are typing.
You know, okay. You know what? When you consume the marriage, you can divorce. Okay, you did it.
All right. When you consume it all, it's done, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's got the cure. He's got the cure. Agent Chevy says I should shut up. He's got the cure. So yeah. Yeah. No, it's just for me, it's not a bad idea. It's just yeah, it's a lot to absorb because Nick does this. I mean, there's it's like if you had Thomas the Train up there break dancing and crap, and then you got a 2-mile train behind him, and the 2-mile train's like, man, I got to follow that guy. What an ass. So. It's 2 miles of train that have to go behind this one car up front that's like, I'm Thomas the Train. I'm very helpful and reliable and stupendously amazing or whatever. If you guys have any kids or grandkids, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Tomorrow we are going to learn how to deal with buttons and the layout, and we are going to learn, we are going to start building this kind of design here, right? This because this is the right way to do, but not using that object. That we were using here. We're going to use another object, and I'm going to explain why.
All right, so that's pretty good. Nick, or what else we got? Anything else today? That's it? We're going to come back tomorrow for more goodness?
Yeah, tomorrow for new adventures.
I got a button for closing here. Let me hit the button. Bye, Nick.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.